What is going on, Mr. Brian Horton?
What's going on, Rob?
Not a whole lot, man. Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Paranormal Static. We got some really special guests for everybody this week. And before we get into that, Brian, I think we need to go ahead and let's run this across the bottom of the screen. Anybody tired of the Facebook platform? Anybody looking for a new platform that is tuned just for the paranormal, please go to the ISO or Android Play Store and get Parapost app. I'm telling you, man, it is going to revolutionize the game. This is an awesome app, and it's going to be a great tool for anybody in the paranormal. So make sure that you download that app today, and it works on Android, iPhone, Windows, whatever you want to put it on, it'll work, man.
So also, too, on your computer, go to www.parapost.net.
That's right, man. And go to Facebook, give Parapost a like, man, so you can see all of ours and our friends and teammates' upcoming podcast that's going to be airing. You get to see Shadows on also with our good friend, Mr. Eldon McInville and Brian James and all of the global crew. Make sure you check them out.
Don't forget, we got the old man beside us today.
Yeah, everybody say hello to Mr. Pops.
I'm Pops. I'm hosting training.
That's awesome. All right, we're going to change that to our guest down there to give people kind of a little hint here. What's up, Mr. Eldon McInville? He said, get some, guys.
Oh, we'll get all of it.
We got Mr. Lyle. Don't forget to like and share. Amen, brother. Preach it. Mr. Andy Balcom, what's up, fellas? And Miss Abigail Anglin, hello, guys.
What's going on?
As you can see, that's my better half. But today's show is going to be interesting, y'all. Pops, we got a good group on today. These guys is coming from Paraflix. Big name out there in the paranormal world now.
That's right. I like them.
And this week we have the Twisted Paranormal Society. We met these fellas a while back at EnigmaCon, and we love their work. We love what they do. We've been following them ever since. So without further ado, we're going to bring these fellas on here, Mr. Brandon Johnson and Mr. Lyle Lotz.
What's going on,
fellas?
What up?
Guys.
What's up?
Thank y'all for having us.
Anytime. No problem.
Man, our pleasure, man. Our pleasure. But we wanted to bring y'all on here today, man, and we wanted to just sit back and chill with y'all. We ain't got to catch up with you fellas since EnigmaCon about 2018, I think it is.
It's been a while. Yeah.
EnigmaCon was a great time for us because that was in our learning stages of all this. And I ain't gonna sit and tell you no lie, watching y'all's videos and y'all's intros and everything taught us a whole lot about how to do this stuff. So thank y'all for that.
Exactly.
Brandon's been a big part of it because I'll hit him up in Messenger all the time. Hey, man, what app I need for this, or what's the best app for this? And he hooks me right up, man.
Yeah, I'm here to do whatever I can, brother.
That's right.
We're all family.
He's definitely the best one when it comes to apps. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. And some of the pictures you take, man, oh, my God, dude. I can't
Awesome
even begin to describe how good they are.
Thank you.
We got Miss Jessica Duncan saying, hello, guys.
What up?
Jess?
Miss Paige Goodman, hey, guys.
Hey.
Mr. Richie Watts Jr., hello, my friend.
What up?
Awesome.
Mr. Raymond Newsom. Good to see you again this week, Mr. Raymond. Hello to you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
There's one more. Let me pop one more in there on y'all fellas. What's up, everybody? Mr. Andrew McInville, team manager of PD Region Paranormal.
What up, everybody?
Man, lots of
new
names.
Paranormal. Hello,
Yeah,
guys. What's going on?
Wow.
All right, so let's get this thing started, man. I ain't gonna sit here and ask y'all a ton of questions because we know a lot about each other, but the people watching don't. Y'all want to tell us what the Twisted Realm is?
Go for it, Lyle.
It's always me. Sure. The Twisted Realm was kind of it all started at a Paracon, actually. It was actually a spinoff of EnigmaCon. It was before they changed it to that. I think it was called ParaQuest or something like that. And we were there just repping the Twisted Paranormal Society. You know, we had our stuff playing on our little monitors and things like that. And people started coming up and asking us, "Hey, have you got stuff that we can purchase to take home and watch and do all that?" So, it took a little bit of time. Within about 6 months, this little sign I got behind me right here, the Twisted Realm, we started a DVD series, and we did five episode DVD series to start it off. And then, of course, after DVDs, we all know what took place. It was the streaming series. So, but that's where that kind of all started for us, was that. And, and if it would just people wanting to watch what we do, I mean, you have YouTube, you have all those things too. You still had that back. It was in 2013. YouTube was there then and stuff, but we were just putting it out there at cons and things like that, let people see what we do. And it just took off from there, is where it did. And then, we just started with the very basic stuff, and then over the years just accumulated great production equipment and things like that. And then found this guy right here, in 2017. And so it kind of helped me, because a lot of the filming was, I was handling a lot of that just myself. And then it was great to have a second hand there carrying a camera. So that's kind of the backstory to the Twisted Realm.
That's amazing. I tell you, first time we met y'all at Enigma Con, man, we walked in there, and you see these big names like Christopher St. Booth was there, and then we had the Wraith Chasers was there with us. We see their tables, and we're coming around the room, and we finally get to the Twisted table, and we see all of this equipment, all of this merch, all of these nice photographs, and we're like, dude, that's where we need to be. So y'all were actually inspiration to us when we first started the PD division.
Thank you.
Good. I mean, I feel like marketing your team is a big thing. That's how you get your name out there. And I kind of learned a lot of that from my Toyota background. So just doing grassroots marketing. And that's the way I treated this.
Right.
It's the same way. Just anytime I could get it out there, shirts, do whatever, and that's where it all came from. So
Good. That's good.
We got a hello, everyone, from Miss Donna.
Hey, Donna.
What's up?
We got a hey from Mr. Raymond Lightwing. What's up, Mr. Raymond?
Wow.
What up?
Parapost Network, hello.
Hey.
What's going on?
And another Parapost Network, Medium Laura G here. First time watching you. Thank you so much, Miss Laura.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Enjoy the show.
That's awesome. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Mr. Eldon McInville, Go Global PD Division. Y'all looking good, bro. Thank you, Mr. Eldon, buddy. We appreciate everything you did to help us, man.
I will say one cool thing about, and we don't mention this enough when we talk about all the stuff that we do, all the streaming services.
Right.
Where I found Twisted actually was on, I think we were one of the very first shows on PBS.
Yeah.
WVPT. We had
I remember that.
Yeah, The Realm ran on there for one season, and then it went to the DVD. It was the PBS and the DVD series.
No, it was the DVD series first, and then it was it was a weird thing. I mean, we got like 8 30-minute episode things, so I had to take full episodes and chop them into 30 minutes. And but that was excellent. I mean, we had a great time. Then of course they kind of changed up their programming around the area here. The place that we worked out of, they disappeared, went to Richmond, Virginia. And then they didn't want to carry stuff like that anymore. So
it was one and done.
It was it's okay though.
Got what's up, Mr. AJ?
What up?
Wow.
And got a question here from a viewer, Brian. Mr. Richie Watts Jr., have y'all ever done anything in Scotland or Richmond County in North Carolina? If not, anything good around that area? Funny you should say that, because that's where me and Brian is located. We're in Richmond County in North Carolina, and there is a lot of stuff around here. If you send us a private message, we'll be glad to tell you some places to check out for sure.
That's sweet.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Cool deal.
Parapost Network. I'm coming on right after you tonight. Tune in. We sure will.
Will do.
Awesome.
And then Heffernan Paranormal. Unfortunately, we're in the UK here, and we don't seem to have any Paracon events. Well,
It's time to put something together.
That's right. Put something together and let's get it rolling. You need any help? Let us know. We got your back.
Who said that? Was it Heffern Paranormal? Our boys, the Wraith Chasers, are coming to the UK for a ghost hunt here soon. I don't know where you're located or where they're at. And they just had one. I don't remember where it was. The festival.
They were at the Festival of the Unexplained or something. They just did.
They got a couple, so keep your eyes open.
Yeah,
that's right. Miss Giggle, I'm here on break from work, but I figured I'd stop in and say hi. We sure appreciate that and hope you're having a good night at work or a good day at work.
Yeah.
And the line, I like the tapestry. Thank you so much.
The good backdrops.
One more question here before we continue, if y'all don't mind.
Okay.
Nice. It's a small world. I'm currently not living there, but I grew up in Hamlet before I joined the service. That's awesome.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. We really appreciate that. But another thing I want to bring to everybody's attention when we're talking about these events and Paracons, these guys here might be the ones y'all need to go follow online, because these are the guys who run Haunted Nights?
Haunted Nights Paranormal Events.
There you go.
There you go.
They are all over the place on the East Coast, I know.
Yeah.
All
rep
over
that shirt.
Yeah, rep that shirt. Haunted Night.
About every weekend or every other weekend, I notice y'all in a different spot. Y'all are doing y'all's thing with that, man, and couldn't be happier for y'all, man.
Man, it's I tell you, that's another thing that we tested the waters in. It was April of 2018, and we did our first ever Haunted Nights event. We had Scott Porter and Stephanie Burke as our special guests, and then we kind of laid low for a while, and then we were like, we need to get. People were asking if we would do more, and so we decided to go ahead and kick this thing off. Of course, when we decided to kick it off was when COVID hit.
Yeah.
So we kind of, first full season got cut in half, but it's been, we worked with it. People have been great. 2021 was an excellent year, but 2022, man, it's already been off to a great start, and got another big event coming up here in a couple of weeks with the Chasers down at the USS Wisconsin in Norfolk, Virginia, and almost sold out event. So, we're excited. We're excited.
A cool one to go on. That's a big ship. I mean, that's one of the largest in naval history. It's got a lot of good history, but it's also kind of, we've done our first event there last year. And was it last year or was it 2020?
It was 2020.
Okay. And then we were going to go back last year, and then we got kind of busy. But there are spots on this ship that, you can look down a hallway and not see anything at all. It's just dark. And unexpectedly haunted. The activity that our people got in one night was just outrageous. Yeah.
For it to be a first time, we were really the first group that got on there, the Twisted Paranormal Society, and we got on there to film an episode for the Twisted Realm. And so we were actually the first paranormal team to really do that kind of work on that ship, and that was an excellent weekend. And then turn around and have an event later on that year, man, and the way it took off, it was crazy.
That's awesome.
You can't always guarantee it's going to happen, but I'm telling you, both times we've been there, it's been off the charts. So
creepiest part of that whole thing was staying like the 4 hours that we were able to sleep.
We were there sleep.
2 a.m, and like it was an overnight. So if you wanted to stay, you could, and they had bunks and berths for everybody. And at the beginning of the night, everybody was like, "Yeah, we're all gonna stay." It was like 30 people. We're all gonna, stay in and party all night long. And by the time it came to go to your berths and your bunks, there was like 5 people. Like everybody else just left.
They had all been freaked out by the activity. Some of them were like, "No, we're not staying here."
We're looking around because it's me and Lyle were the ones that were chosen to stick back and hang out with everybody, and we're looking back like, really? What the hell are y'all doing?
Let's see. Laura G asks, any Army vet, 14 years served. Thank you for that.
9 years, U.S. Army.
Let's see. I've done a few in Scotland. So Heffern Paranormal's done a few events in Scotland. Mr. John Sullivan. Hello.
Sully.
Hello, Mr.
Hey, Johnny
John.
boy.
FPRI in the house.
Mr. FPRI.
You got a question? Well, no, this is a statement here. If anyone on here is ever coming to the UK, hit me up for an investigation. We'll be glad to meet up. We sure will. And that is coming in the future.
Yeah.
The date ready for this sexy meat. All of us over there.
That'd be a big plane, Brian.
Oh,
Mr. Raymond Lightmean, I wonder what kinds of ghosts can haunt a ship. Human ghosts, fish ghosts, or I can't even pronounce that word. And then the line has posted, theoretically, if the earth was once covered in ocean, shouldn't there be ghost sharks everywhere?
It's like Sharknado.
Oh, Lord, that's pretty cool.
It is.
And hello, Miss Melissa is just joining us. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Hey, Melissa.
But yeah, I mean, y'all got everything going on with the filming, with the Twisted Rim. Y'all got everything going on with the Haunted Weekends.
Wow.
Y'all's advertisements are everywhere. I mean, you got Paraflix, you got y'all's personal pages, and then you got group pages. I mean, y'all stay so busy, man. I mean, y'all really do stay busy.
Yeah, I tell you, it's I think since the beginning of this year, ever since we started with Paraflix, it's been crazy. And that was in March of 2021 when we were, one of the first ones on there when it kicked off. So we're considered the OGs of Paraflix now after 1 year. So, but can't thank them enough for,
That's why there was nothing going on in 19, because we did the event in 2018 with Porter and Steph.
Mm-hmm.
And then 19, we were everywhere doing filming. And then I think we did Paracons in Massachusetts, Virginia, Pennsylvania,
South Carolina,
West Virginia.
We were all
and there was just no way to do an event. So when we did Paraflix and joined them, we gave them like an entire season, like right up front, like here you go.
Yeah. Right.
And we started filming season 2, and then we started doing events. So when we're not filming for the Realm or filming for another project that we're currently working on, it's the events. So eventually at some point you learn how to not sleep. And then you crash for like 5 or 6 days.
And then try to work.
Yeah.
Work jobs too. So
yeah, and that's the hard part when you got to tie your job into it. Mm-hmm. You got a question here from Mr. Jonathan. Can you ask them what do they feel gives off the most spirit energy? Buildings tied to military, battles, hospitals, funeral homes, and what are your favorite to investigate?
That's awesome. I tell you what, we've actually done 2. Well, let's say, we did the USS Wisconsin, the battleship. We also did the Bellwood Club, which was a military, a secure military installation right outside of Richmond, Virginia. And so we have full access to that full base to go around and do stuff. And
that would be awesome.
I think, military grounds, I mean, period. Even just probably not even 10 miles from there is Henricus Historical Park.
Right.
But I think all of those historic battlegrounds or military installations, anything that has to do with the military, in my opinion, I find that we found a lot of great hauntings there. So that's just my thought.
Thank you for that, Raymond. That means biblical flood. Before the biblical flood. Thank you.
We have not made contact with Noah yet, but that's on the bucket list.
Yeah, really. Do y'all have any one paranormal experience that will stick with you?
That being your old shit moment.
Yes. That's yours, Brandon. Go ahead.
All right, I got 2. I got one that is paranormal and one that's not paranormal. The paranormal one is probably the Sorrel Weed House in Savannah. We did, before I joined with Twisted, I was with another group and we were down there. And we would take isolation sessions going inside the caretaker's house. Now, that was where supposedly the slave that had an affair with the master was supposedly hung. So they made it into a duplex. So I walked in by myself, walked up the stairs, and I saw this cabinet door wide open, and it just slammed. And then you hear footsteps coming at me. And then my big frame, went down the stairs in like Usain Bolt fashion, out the door, And then I look down. I'm thinking, I have my camera running. I got it. This is awesome. Then I look down. I didn't ever hit record. So that was the biggest letdown. The non-paranormal one was at Fort Mifflin. We were there just doing an investigation. And if anybody's ever been there, you know the one bathroom is at the very entrance towards the where you come in the front. And we're back in one of the casemates. I'm like, I really gotta go to the bathroom. So I walk across the parade ground, and like almost instantaneously, here comes like a big, huge like tsunami storm, like wind, lightning's flashing everywhere. It's raining, and I'm kind of like going against the wind. Unbeknownst to me, in my back pocket was a millimeter with the rim pod with the antenna sticking straight out. So I'm like, oh, hell, that could have got me any moment. But that was just terrifying going across that open parade ground with antennas everywhere, knowing I'm just a walking toaster oven about to go up in flames here.
That kind of reminds me of the story Brian Horton told us the first time he went to St. Albans. You remember they used to have the little porta potty out front sitting on the hill. They didn't even have a working bathroom. And everybody was in there asleep, and they actually chose to sleep over on Peekaboo Hallway. Wow. And Brian woke up middle of the night by himself, and he had to go to the bathroom.
I would just went to the hell with that.
I guarantee you that was a scary by yourself moment running through St. Albans trying to get to the outhouse.
No, I was the flash, buddy.
Lyle saw this one, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to take up that question, but we did an event with Paranormal Dares a couple of years ago, and this was the only time something ever kind of, I'm not saying possession, but something kind of took over the steering wheel for a while. I was down in the alcoholics ward. We were just groups were coming to us. We were just investigating, and after the second rotation, when there was nobody there but me, it was like a black veil was lifted over my eyes, and it never got violent. But I'm like, I wanted just everybody in this room to leave. I'll be by myself. I don't want to be around anybody. I hate everybody right now for no reason whatsoever. And it didn't really kick until the next day we were going home, and it was like the shroud was removed. I mean, I don't know what that was, but it was definitely with me. He'll tell you. Over there.
It was over there.
That way.
Yeah, it was definitely we kind of knew something was up there because when it was time to leave, it was like he wasn't saying anything. We get back to the room. This is a time where we would all be rooming together, and but he just didn't say anything, which is unusual because you see how giggly and funny he is. So we kind of knew that something was wrong, and but we just kind of let him, and we just left him alone. Next morning, he kind of was out of it a little bit, but by the time we got to Cracker Barrel, he was out of it. And
I might just been hungry. Who knows?
Yeah, but that's not the first time.
Where you eat the Snickers and you turn into someone else.
Yeah. I mean, that's when my wife Tana, she had the same type of experience at on the suicide hallway there at St. Albans.
Yeah,
and the experience that she had was what drew the attention of Destination Fear, which actually got Tana and myself on there. I think it's season 1, episode 4, or episode 5, where they went to St. Albans.
Right.
And but that Marcel knew all about what took place, and she's like, you've got to share that with them, and we're getting ready to do something there for another project that we're getting ready to start. We've got so many projects, but we're going to really focus on what took place, and bring in some other people that have experienced the same thing, but.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Lyle, what's your most terrifying experience?
I don't know if I've really had a terrifying, because it can kind of tell you I don't really get scared of anything. Maybe just walking through maybe the hallways of St. Albans can be spooky. Okay.
Oh, it can.
Oh yeah.
But unless you know something, Brandon, that I don't remember, you probably do.
The Samuel Miller Mansion. That's all I'll say. We were looking for the cat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's such a new one. I'm trying to think back at old. But another project that we're working on, this was the Sunday after we've done all of our filming. We're just kind of the cat. They have a house cat. And it got out and got up into the mansion area. So we're trying to find this cat. And one of the spots is like an upstairs, like secret little spot up in an attic, and they got this old wooden door. So he and I are in this area, and we just happen to stop, and we're walking past this old door, and it's like somebody took their fist and just started wham, 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 right on that door when we're both standing there. We know nobody's up there.
Yeah.
Right.
We both look at each other. It's like we couldn't get our feet going fast enough to get out of there. So, but
Well, no, I did. I look around like Lyle's not with me.
Well, the story that you told about St. Albans is kind of interesting because, Brian, you had something similar happen to you around
Donald's room.
No, Regina's room.
Yeah.
Sarah, remember?
Yeah.
Whenever we kept getting the name Sarah, you had something similar to that happen to you. You want to tell them about that?
Yeah.
It was the first time we went to St. Albans. What year was that we went?
First year we went was
I think it was like the first year I actually started doing investigations there, I believe.
2007.
Wow.
Yeah, but I felt like something was following me around the whole time I was there. It felt like somebody was following me. And about towards the end of the night, my throat started hurting. And then I went upstairs to talk, asked questions. And before I even went upstairs, I got emotional, started crying. I already knew what happened before I even got up there.
Wow.
But it was touching.
And we believe it has something to do with what was her name? Regina?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. Yeah, Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
Because her losing her baby and then hanging herself, and I really honestly think that she was tapping into his emotions to kind of let him know kind of how she was feeling. I mean,
she does it. She does that. And that day that we were filming, that Tana kind of got overtaken there. That's what we were doing. We were filming B-roll, and this is B-roll that has not even been shown yet. And I'm telling you, it's like freaking crazy stuff. I mean, we had the nurses, the doctors, and a great person that played Rebecca, and just everything that was done. We can't wait. We're going to share it with our new project we're getting ready to come out with. That
I
whole
can't wait to see it.
Oh, yeah,
and it kind of tells the story of Rebecca and Lisa Kinsey. Man, I'll tell you, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Lisa or not. She's a volunteer there at St. Albans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa, I'm going to tell you one thing. The day that we were looking for people for B-roll and they had people coming in, she walked in the door and I saw her and I was like, that's her. That's who we got to use for Rebecca. I didn't have a clue that she had done the Rebecca part for the Booth brothers.
Yeah, she did.
At all. They had no clue of that at all when we chose her because she has a great look to her. And but yeah, well, I think we're going to reach out to her for this new project as well too. But
It was touching.
It was touching. And the thing about St. Albans, we've all been there. We all know the hot spots.
Yep.
We were there this past Friday, filmed, like you said, we started about 8 and finished at 5 in the morning. The best thing to do now is hit those spots nobody hits. Because I'm going to tell you what, the activity was off the charts in these areas that nobody focuses on. Everybody focuses on the bowling alley, the boiler room, the third floor. All those ones. If you go to, man, I'm telling you, just look for those odd spots in St. Albans because those spirits want to talk. There ain't no doubt.
Got a question here from Mr. Jonathan. What is the one place that's haunted in the U.S. but have no interest in investigating because of the claims? Mine is the Axe Murder House.
That's a good one.
Wow.
I know for myself, a bucket list for me, they used to let you do investigations there, and then they had a bad experience with the team leaving batteries and trash everywhere, is the Daniel Lady Farm in Gettysburg.
Yep.
One of the biggest Confederate encampments. I think it was General Johnson and Richard S. Ewell's territory, right there by Benner's Hill, which was a big cannonade prior to or before Pickett's charge. A massive field hospital. We got to tour it a couple of years ago during an open house, and the blood's still on the floor. You can see the holes where they drilled with the blood run through, and that is a bucket list. The minute that place will open back up again, I'll be the first person in line.
That's
Best
awesome.
believe that.
Mr. Richie Watts, those are super cool stories. I need to experience something to reignite my belief. It's been so many years since I've experienced anything. Well, I'm gonna tell you, man, make you a trip to St. Albans.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Hey,
Jason Gray, hello, buddy.
What's up, brother? GI Paranormal.
Yep. GI Paranormal.
Jeffrey Warren Collins, PD Region Paranormal. Next time you are down, let me know. If we nearby, try to see if you can go. Mr. Raymond Lightwing, I want to go to Gettysburg. Yeah, me too, bro.
Yeah, you definitely.
Come
Definitely.
to the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash.
Yes.
That's a big
Another big one.
Paracon.
Where is St. Albans? It is located in Radford, Virginia.
Mm-hmm. And that place sells out fast too, boy.
Oh, man, what you talking
It does.
You have a hard time getting a booking there.
Yeah.
I don't think she has anything left this year at all. You know, and that's great. I'm excited for them to be able to get back in the swing.
I think we've been there 7 times, I think, right?
Yeah, about 7.
7.
You know, we call it our home.
Second home.
We do too.
It's one of those places where you walk into and you see like the paint lead off the walls and you see like the dark hallways and you feel terrified a little bit at first, but then you feel like you're more at home. And
Right.
I couldn't imagine working there, you know, when it was in its heyday, because there's so many twists and turns and hallways. I mean, God forbid if there was ever an emergency, I'd be screwed.
Yep.
Yeah. I tell you, man, we love St. Albans. That was one of our first big investigations. We did a lot of local residential cases here, but that was our very first big investigation we did as PD, and it made a lot of our investigators, but it made a lot of them walk away. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
It'll do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That place will do it. No doubt.
St. Albans is one place we've been, like I said, we've been there 7 times, but we still haven't seen all the places.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to
So
do.
brother-
Dennis, hello, Twisted.
Brother Dennis.
What's up, brother?
Actually, Dennis was he was a part of season 1 of the Twisted Realm. He was our tech manager and stuff for that. So we're hoping to get him back out here for some more stuff in season 2.
Do it, Dennis. Do it.
Do it, Dennis.
But yeah, so season 2, y'all already got wrapped up, or y'all are still filming?
No, still filming. You know, with we've already got some filming stuff. It's in the editing stages right now, but we've still probably got about 3 or 4 more episodes to film to get a full season 2. It's just that once Haunted Nights kicked in, man, it's like you say, it's been nonstop.
Oh, I've seen it.
To try to find it, and then of course, you know, with our production company L&B Media Productions, we've got people that have reached out to us for us to come help film their series, which we're in the middle of that too. That's another project, filming for another show. And but no, we're trying. And right now, locations were hard to get into. Some of the ones that we wanted to, and but now they're starting to relax a little bit. So we kind of took that time to give ourselves a break, focus on Haunted Nights. But now we're getting ready to kick back into the realm and this new project we got getting ready to start.
Yeah, Mr. Dennis said, "Count me in."
Well, he knows. Yeah,
And then
If you've never investigated what Dennis Eslock is, an experience you will never forget ever. And what he says right here about the Dr. King's office, myself, Dennis, and our friend Charlotte, we were during our filming session there. We're sitting in Dr. King's office, which is the place people don't usually go to. I mean, they bypass it, and that whole hallway is actually a big giant hotspot. And we just sat down on the couch, turned everything off, and we were getting response left and right for like 45 straight minutes. It was knock responses. We would hear people moving around, audible responses. One of the more surreal moments, and of course, none of it was ever captured, but it's the physical memories that we have of it. And, you know, that's cool. That's cool. It's
last couple of times we went, they had his office blocked off, and they were storing Halloween props and stuff in there, so we actually couldn't get in there.
Yeah. It's opened up now because I know we worked that hallway this past weekend.
Yeah. Miss Melissa says, "Where's everybody from?" She's from Spokane, Washington.
Good old Fishersville, Virginia.
Same here.
And me and Brian is in Rockingham, North Carolina.
Right.
North Cackalack.
Awesome.
Carolina boys.
That was another thing you could hear it. They're free, and that was just a great response.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. But we got a lot of stuff coming up on the PD side. Of course, we got some events that's fixing to start popping off. Like I said, we got Paratech Laboratories getting ready to pop off with us and Global, but we ain't nowhere near as busy as you guys. Thank God.
But, the thing about it is, we enjoy what we do. It's never a job. Whenever we get like a filming gig or we do an event, you can see the true passion when we walk into a location, because even if it's like St. Albans or the Octagon Mansion or the cabin on 360, we've been there multiple times, but each time was like a new time.
Right.
We walk in, it's like, I love it. And I know when it's different between when we film and when we do an event or we go somewhere just for fun. I know we'll be at the Ohio State Reformatory in August.
Yeah.
A bunch of people, bunch of friends hanging out, and then that'll be a new spot. And then we'll be at the Missouri State Pen with the Wraith Chasers for an event. And those are two new locations, and they're massive locations. So those are two I know we're definitely looking forward to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
The line says he's in Denver, Colorado.
Denver.
Mr. Dennis, Hopewell, Virginia.
So he mentioned. Are you guys familiar with Dennis at all?
Don't think so.
No.
Okay. The cabin on 360. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Mechanicsville, Virginia.
Yeah.
There's the guy that runs it right there.
Oh, okay.
Mr.
Awesome.
Dennis.
Cool deal.
Expect a message from me later.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not even kidding you. It is worth. It is not only one of the most reasonably priced locations. Period. It is one of the most haunted. And every time we have gone there, whether it be for just hanging out, going for like an event, or of course, the Realm has filmed there which that episode, ironically enough, has been one of the most watched episodes in Paraflix history.
Wow,
it's been on the
awesome,
most
dude.
watched list since the first time it aired on Paraflix.
Richie Watts said, "Carolina boys."
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there you go. But it's a really cool place.
Denver, Colorado. And you got a question here again from Mr. Jonathan. Isn't there a house on the property of St. Albans, and doesn't it have claims as well? I think he's talking about the inn.
Yeah, he's talking about the inn, but we've never been able to investigate the inn, but the inn is no longer available. They sold it. And they actually have I thought they said a doctor's office in there. There's something in there now. But yeah, we've always heard the same thing, that it was haunted as well. We stayed there a couple times, I think, or maybe it was one time. I can't remember, but
it was. We probably had experiences. We were just kind of shutting it off.
Mansfield Reformatory is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, Tank, we need to go, buddy. I'll be sending out the messages. And then Mr. Dennis, the cabin on 360 would gladly welcome y'all. That is amazing, Mr. Dennis. I'll be in touch for sure.
Yeah, you definitely got to get there and check it out.
We actually had experiences with me and Lyle. Remember that guy shuffling downstairs in the basement?
Oh yeah,
that was a cool one.
I mean, to be able to listen to Dennis share the history of that property before you get to go do anything, it's just that right there is just mind blowing. He is just a wealth of knowledge, especially in that area. All the stuff that took place on that property, the battlefields that are close by, even on your day, during the day when you take a break or something. Two battlefields close by. I mean, two battlefields close by. You got Cold Harbor and Gaines Milk right there. But
I can't wait.
Yeah.
You got a question here from Mr. Richie Watts. Y'all ever think of coming to Delaware? I don't think there's much paranormal wise up here.
You got the fort?
Yeah, Fort Delaware. We've thought about that. We've actually reached out to those people, but they've never gotten back with us. So it's not that we don't try. We try a lot of locations, but
right.
It's whether you get that answer back or not.
Parapost user says, I caught an amazing shadow man on camera at the reformatory.
Wow.
And he also said, you guys will love it.
Awesome.
I bet.
Yeah.
That's going to be an amazing place to visit too, man. I can't wait till
Yeah.
y'all do that. That's going to be cool.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to, believe it or not, we're gonna try to sneak in a realm episode there.
That'd be cool.
So we're gonna try to do what we can to get a quick episode filmed.
Of course, there's never any sneaking in. Whenever we go anywhere, even just for fun, we always make this pact. There's going to be no cameras. There's going to be no audio. We're just going to go hang out. Next thing you know, we're pulling out the full camera rigs. We're setting up the audio. It just never fails. That's just what we do. We roll into a
just get
place.
used to it.
Yeah.
Cameras up.
That's like me and Brian. We go to an investigation and we tell everybody, okay, y'all, look, handhelds only. We turn around and look, and there's cords and cables running all over the location.
What we do, man.
But, Brian, any questions you got for the fellas?
Let me think here. Yeah, explain to people what you got going on for the haunted cruise you got going on.
Oh, the good old Dark Waters cruise. March 4th through the 9th, 2023, Dark Waters cruise. Of course, we got our special guests, Chris Smith and Mike G from the Ray Chasers. We've got special guests from Paraflix, Natalie Jones. You got Patty Negri. It's going to be there. They're actually our big sponsors for the cruise. It's going to be I want to say a 6-day, 5-night, I think, adventure, if I'm correct. We're going to be going down to Cozumel, Mexico, then over to Grand Cayman, spending a couple of days at sea, which those couple of days we're going to be doing some great lectures and talks with our special guests and any teams that are there. The one thing about us is we love to give other teams and all that the chance to promote themselves at every event that we do. We like to call them up, hey, raise hands. Hey, tell us about yourself. Where can people find you? Do whatever. We feel like it's just a great promotion for everybody.
That's going to be awesome.
Right.
But it's right now we're sitting at about 75% completely booked.
Good.
And of course, if people wanted to jump on board, all you got to do is look up darkwaterscruise.com. Go check out the prices before they possibly would go up. After a certain time, they will go up because the cruise will do that.
And look in the comments. Brandon has put the link in there for y'all.
Yep, there you go. And it's a great time. What was so awesome is the fact that we picked up so many people. We did the Twisted Waters cruise back in March of 2020. And I'm telling you, this one here is just blowing that one away. Not that one was, it's the same people doing it, but this one here, it took off more than we ever thought it would. We had to ask for more cabins.
Royal Caribbean asked what we were doing right.
Yeah, Royal Caribbean was asking, what are you guys doing? So it was crazy.
That's awesome.
But anybody that gets a chance, please do it. I know the guys are pumped. They're ready. They're on their turkey burger diets, trying to get themselves buffed and toned before the cruise. So,
Jonathan, nice beer, Brian. Hey, Pops.
All right. Now, hey.
And then Mr. Dennis asked the question, what has been your most profound experience?
Go ahead, Lyle.
One thing that always sticks out to me is at Fort Mifflin. We went back. I've been there a couple times. We were actually setting up DVR cameras in Casemate 5. And that's kind of like right when you walk in the gates. But that same night, we had the same thing like Brandon had talked about. It just started storming, carrying on. But we were setting up our DVR cameras. There's I can't remember if it was 4 rooms back in there. So we wanted to put 4 cameras back in there to watch them all because of all the activity people had claimed to have. So we went and we had all 4 cameras there. We were setting up in the front room where we put up our monitor and everything. And we had taken 2 cameras back to the back. We came in, looked at how they looked. We walked back out the door to get our other 2 cameras, and they were gone. They were gone. The 2 cameras that were sitting right outside the door with all 4 of them The two that were remaining were gone. We looked at each other like, what the heck? We're the only ones on this side of the fort.
Right.
Nobody was even near us. And so we just started panicking, like, what the heck? We know we brought them. So we walked back down in there, saw the other two, came back up and looked back in the room. We're like, we know we brought those things. You know what we did? We walked up outside. They had been taken and placed outside the door of the casement, outside. And to this day, we can't explain. It would have been so awesome if they had like security cameras, and you see cameras just going up and down, walking out of that place. It'd been crazy to see that.
Like Fantasia, they're just kind of dancing along.
They're just going out the door. But that's probably one of my craziest experiences I had. Was something that I can't explain.
Right.
As to why, because I know darn good and well we had all of our cameras right there with us. So because it was down deep into the casemate.
That's a good one.
Raymond Lightwing said, I'd imagine huge swaths of America is home to one extent or another, from the Boston Massacre to the Trail of Tears.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And he also said there might even be ghost bisons in the Great Plains.
Why not?
No, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
And the wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald is also a possibility.
Wow.
I think anything history related would leave some sort of metaphysical imprint. You know,
that's right.
It's all history. You look at, like you said, about the Boston Massacre. You know, it's one of the first shots. You know, of the Civil War. Revolutionary War, and you know, you had not total all deaths, but you had some deaths, and you know, a lot of tension, a lot of energy. You know, I think even you don't have to die to give off residual hauntings. I think you look at all the energy that they expended, you know, the breaking away from England, and, you know, you yourself can give off, you know, residual energy that will stick around even if you're still alive.
That's right.
Right.
And speaking of the Octagon Mansion, hello from the Cushman.
Mr. John Cushman.
What's up, guys?
That's another one of our great partners there, buddy. We love working with Dinner with a Ghost. Mr.
Dennis even wanted to say hello to him.
Yeah. Great man there. Great man. Debbie and John are great people. And we're like I said, we're glad to be partners with them on many events. So
that's awesome. Me and Brian's been talking about getting to the Octagon.
You need to. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful spot.
One of the biggest personal collections of Americana in the country.
Yeah, and very active.
Amazing. Miss Melissa said, anything ever follow you home? Brandon shaking his head yes. So go ahead, Brandon.
I think we all did at one time. We filmed our season 2 debut episode at the Univista Library.
Yep.
And every single one of us had something come home. The next day after filming, I usually, whenever we get done with an event or a filming, for me, it's hard to do it because I do a lot of the marketing. I try to shut off Paranormal for a few days to kind of rebuild, because a lot gets taken out of you when you do this thing.
A lot of energy's gone.
And like, I'm hearing sounds. I'm hearing like shuffling sounds. My dog and my cat and my son are kind of looking in corners. I know, Lyle, you guys have, your house is amplified in activity since then.
Crazy.
It followed all of us home.
Yeah. I think we finally got rid of what we had. So
awesome. Mr. Dennis said nearly every inch of this land has history. Energy is imprinted everywhere.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And the Octagon Mansion said, love you guys.
We love you.
We love you guys. That's for sure.
There was an earlier question about our favorite places to investigate, like battleships and whatnot. I think battlefields are, and we're surrounded by them. Like we're in the Shenandoah Valley, so we have, Newmarket, Richmond, DC. It's all around us. All these battles. Stanton was a big supply basin for the Confederate Army. We're 3 hours from Gettysburg. We're about 2 and 45 from Antietam, and I think all that history, all that emotion is amplified on Civil War battlefields.
That's right.
Because it's the techniques were way behind with the equipment. You're looking at men marching up doing revolutionary style fighting with weapons that can fire a mile away and dead on accurate. I think that's probably the most active ones.
That reminds me of when me and Brian went to Colonel Cobb's tomb in South Carolina. The minute we pulled in there, we hadn't even started investigating. We were just getting equipment out the truck, and you could hear cannon fire going on with your ears.
Yeah.
And so we get a recorder running really quick to capture this. And then all of a sudden, it looks like it's lightning at a far off back there, but it was not lightning anywhere. And, you know, could that have been a residual flash from it? I believe it could have been.
Acoustic shadows.
But what really got us is we started a SB11 spirit box session, and we're asking all these questions. And then Brian just out of nowhere looks at me and says, I got a question. I said, go ahead. And he said, who did you serve under? General Washington, clear as day, came through the SB11.
Wow.
So that was one of those moments that was amazing to us. But the bad thing about it, we went back, Brian? It was like 2.5 weeks later to train a guy. Brian asked the same question. Who did you serve under? And we have the recording, same exact answer, General Washington.
Wow.
And, you know, that's cool being on a spirit box, because how often do you hear General Washington come over a radio station?
Exactly. Especially when you're out in the boonies in South Carolina and can't even pick up a radio station. Oh, Lord.
Wow. Man.
Mr. Dennis said, my backyard is a damn union.
And he ain't lying.
No, he ain't lying.
He ain't lying. Yeah, that's. I mean, I've never been to his house, his new house that he's at now.
Yeah.
But just everything around that he deals with is crazy around that area of Richmond there that he's.
I think Dennis could walk into a Denny's and make it haunted.
Yeah.
Like the guy in Mansion said, when you're in Gettysburg, you don't need any equipment.
No, you don't. And that's a great thing. I mean, John and them do events at the Inn at Her Ridge, and I went there last July to go learn the process with them.
Right.
So after the event, the dinner part, we would have a mini investigation. Well, actually standing up in the inn itself, you could hear what you were talking about. Cannon fire. You could hear residual cannon fire going off, rattling the building. You could feel the building move and shake. And then the people come in from outside. You say, gosh, did y'all hear how loud that was? And they're like, what are you talking about? And it's like, you didn't hear that? So crazy stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. We got a question here from Mr. Jonathan. Any place ever take over your emotions or actions during or after an investigation? I have to say yes on my behalf because of what I seen Brian go through. So yes. St. Albans, definitely. And then Mr. Forrest has, let's see, have you ever worked in an investigation to help a ghost, for lack of a better word? That'd be a good question for you fellas.
To help a ghost.
As in cross? Or
pop it back up there for you again. I guess to maybe just help get their message out or anything like that.
I think that's what any investigation.
Yeah, I think that's what we try every time we go in, to try to learn more about them. You know, that help them, give them the word, give them a chance to speak to us, so we can tell their stories.
That's right.
I think we need to treat investigations, not interrogations, but as a conversation.
That's right.
You know, right. Busting somebody's home, like if somebody came to my house today and said, "Why are you here? Do you know that you're dead? You know, what is your name?" I'm like, I ain't telling this guy anything. But if you come in and you want to know more about me, you know, tell my story, because sure, I mean, I'll talk with you. But I think people try too much to turn it into an interrogation session.
That's right. We got a question here from Mr. Ritchie. Have y'all ever heard of Twin Paranormal? I think they're from around the Virginia area.
I can't say that I have. No.
Yeah, I don't
heard that name. Haven't heard that name.
Wonder what Normandy Beach is like.
God. That's just one of those places that you'd love to go and sit.
I ain't lying.
It's just like going to Gettysburg, sitting on the battlefield. If you can,
no equipment, no nothing. Just sit and see what you feel. Exactly.
And listen.
Mr. Dennis said, I've done many crossings and message relays.
He's the guy to call.
Yeah, he's the guy to call if you got problems.
And I think we discussed this on a
Miss
show.
Forrest. Sorry about that, Miss Forrest.
We discussed this on a show not too long ago, where I think it's anything in the paranormal field. If it's not, I'm not using the word expert, so the expertise is not the word, but if it's not your forte, if it's not something that you do, like if you're not like a demonologist or you're not like somebody that works with crossing over, I don't think you should try it.
No,
Because you don't know what kind of negative side effects you could bring onto a location or to a spirit, because I think you can fail it. So that's why you have somebody like Dennis that you can count on that, hey, if somebody wants to have a crossing over in their home, then you have somebody to talk to about that.
that's right. I tell you, Brian, if you had to pick a place and the 5 of us on this screen went and did an investigation together, where would you take us?
Probably Valley Forge.
There you go.
Hey, there we go.
I'm up for that.
Heck yeah.
What about you, Pops?
Well, there's one place I went one time and haven't been back. That's the Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. 3rd floor.
Home of the Rafe Chasers.
The 3rd
Lyle?
floor. Oh my God.
I love the
That-
3rd floor.
Yeah. The 3rd floor is what that really broke us in. That was the first time we went down there. Do you remember the days where they locked you in and you couldn't get out, the previous caretakers?
Right.
Well, we were there 2 weeks before the previous caretakers up and took off and took all the money and everything. And to this day, I mean, you could go on our Twisted Realm YouTube page, go watch the second part of our Old South Pittsburgh Hospital and watch what happened to my wife, Tana. There. The personal attack that happened on her. I mean, it's all videoed. Everything's there. So that's it. That's got a memory.
Yeah,
in there.
exactly.
Definitely.
Mr. Dennis said, man must know his own limitations.
That's
Sure
right.
I guess if I had to pick a place to take all of us, we would be going to the Bell Witch Caves.
Oh, man, that'd be awesome.
Yes.
What about you, Brandon? You was taking us somewhere. Where are we going?
Y'all have y'all's passports?
Can't have them really soon.
We're going overseas. We're going to Edinburgh.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Because Greyfriars Cemetery has been a place internationally that I've always wanted to go to.
Yep. And what about you, Mr. Lyle?
One of the biggest places that I've always had on my bucket list is heading over to Ireland and going to the castle. I think it's Lep Castle.
Yeah.
Is the name of it. That's probably one of the places that I'd love to go and check out, before I call it quits in this stuff. So, but I just think there's so much out there. There's so much out there to go check out.
Everywhere, every state. I mean, something out there everywhere.
Yeah.
We got
It's
a couple
everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Miss Forrest, I appreciate how you converse with those that have passed on. What has been your most memorable?
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. There's been too many.
St. Albans, that disembodied voice. Alcoholics.
Oh, the one where we were playing the music?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know if you guys have tried that in the Alcoholics were playing Johnny Cash music or not.
Oh, yeah, we've done it.
Yeah. Well, we had heard that story. This is when we were filming, and we were like, okay, let's do it. Let's see what happens. This was Friday night when we were all together. And Dennis will remember this because he was in the room when it happened. Basically, and Dennis was the one I think that was playing Johnny Cash, and he might have been the one that asked the question, hey, do you like us playing Johnny Cash music? And back down that little hallway and to the right, something back in there, and it's just as loud as us talking right now, came back and said no.
No.
And it wasn't no EVPs. This was audible, and it was as clear as you could. And we all, everybody in that,
Every camera just.
it's like, what just happened? Where did that come from? Who did that? But no, it was plain as day. They did not like Johnny Cash music, that's for sure.
Jonathan said, ever eat at the diner by the tracks in the square of Gettysburg? Best food and experience in town. We loved it.
The Lincoln Diner? Yeah, that's good.
And Mr. Dennis, I had the EVP of someone finishing the course. That's awesome.
Wow.
Some good stuff. I mean, Dennis
Yeah.
is a EVP magnet, and you're no matter where you go, no matter what you do, if Dennis has a recorder in his hands, you're destined to get 2 words. It could be in a church. It could be at a children's playground. It's always F you.
Yeah.
Every time.
Awesome.
He is known to capture the FU bomb. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Let's see. We got time for just one more question here. Let's see. Mr. Raymond, I want to go to Castle Braun, believed to have been residents.
Dracula Castle.
Yeah. That would be Vlad. Vlad the Impaler. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So,
well, guys, we hit the 1 hour mark. I don't want to keep y'all too long, but before we go, I do want to give y'all the opportunity. If you got any links or you got any pages that you want people watching to go like and follow and keep in touch with you. And I know everybody already knows Paraflix. I think y'all on Amazon and Roku, and y'all are everywhere. I mean, it's basically just search for the Twisted Realm, and you're gonna find enough on it.
You got that right. Brandon's our marketing manager, so he knows all he's on it right now. Look at it, he's typing away, putting it all out there for everybody.
Mr. Raymond said many historians believe he never actually stayed there, but that shall be seen.
Yeah.
Mr. Watts asked, "Are y'all on YouTube?"
Mm-hmm. Yep, you can go check out the old YouTube we used to have was Twisted Paranormal Society, which is still there, and then we have one for the Twisted Realm, and we're actually getting. Do we have one for Beyond the Realm, or is it?
Not yet. It's being made. We're also Haunted Nights Paranormal Events on TikTok, Haunted Nights on Twitter, Twisted Paranormal Society on Twitter, Instagram for both. Carrier Pigeon, all that good stuff. We're pretty much everywhere, at least for right now.
And I highly recommend for everybody watching, if you see the link that Brandon just put up down there, Haunted Nights Paranormal Events, go to that page and like that page and follow that page, because they might be in your area and you can score you a ticket and go investigate with these guys. I mean, you're going to have an amazing time with these guys.
If you got a place out there that you'd like for us to come and bring Haunted Nights to, just send us a message. Tell us some locations, because we'll definitely do the best we can to bring Haunted Nights Paranormal Events there and put on a good event for you. So it's all about you. That's what our focus is giving everybody a great time and letting them investigate. This is all about them.
That's right. And, that's the whole purpose behind Paranormal Static, man, is to bring other teams on, get their stuff shared out there, and make new friends. I mean, we're really big into pair unity. We really believe there's no competition in this field, that everybody is reaching for the same goal. And if everybody would work together and get on the same page, this field would grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And that's what we're trying to do. We want everybody on the same page.
Yes.
And don't forget, y'all, Mr. Dennis, the cabin on 360.
Yeah. You won't be disappointed.
No.
That's for sure.
Or the Octagon Mansion at 585.
Yeah, or the Octagon at 585. So.
All right. Well,
guys, we appreciate y'all a ton.
Thank you so much
for inviting us on.
Hey, we enjoyed it.
We enjoyed it.
I'm going to stick you in the backstage area for a moment. If y'all don't mind hanging out for a second, we'll be right with y'all.
Thanks, everybody.
Mr. Brian, that was a good show with the good fellas from Twisted, man.
Yes, it was.
I want to thank everybody out there who came in and commented, liked, watched, and shared. And I want to give a big shout out to Parapost, Mr. Brian Laverty. Thank you for letting us do this. And don't forget, y'all, download the Parapost app today. And I also want to shout out Global United Paranormal Foundation. Go to their pages, like them, follow them. Big things coming in Global United. We are the PD division of Global. So where you see Global, you're going to see PD. It's a good way to keep up with us. A lot of events coming to Richmond County area soon.
Exactly.
So if you're in the Richmond County area, keep your eyes on pdregionparanormal.com and PD Region Paranormal Facebook page, because the links will be posted. The events will be posted. It's going to be a fun time. But with that being said, Brian, any last words you got for the people?
Go to Iron Man Coffee Company, order some good coffee. Use the code PD. Get 20% off all your orders.
That's right. And some of the best coffee you'll ever drink, man. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Butter pecan. Try it. Don't question me. Just try it.
Just do it. Do it.
That's right. But I believe this is going to end this week's episode of Paranormal Static. And if you will stay tuned till next week, we'll have another episode. But be sure you go to Parapost and watch all of our brothers and sister shows out there, because I'm telling you, there's some really good information out there for everybody.
There is.
But that being said, Brian, you want to say your goodbyes, brother? Because I'm out of here, man.
Later, people. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Pops.
Thank you, sir. Kicking you.